So next is your second generation computers. The second generation computers were made of transistors, and transistors were invented in 1947 by John William and Walter. So your assembly languages, your COBOL, Fortran, everything were used in your second generation computers. It had a stored program concept, and some examples of your second generation are IBM 1620, PDP-8, CDC 1604. Next is your third generation computers. From your third generation, the concept of integrated circuits came into picture. ICs was invented by Jack Kilby in 1958. Okay, so you had an IC silicon chip. Example was IBM 370, PDP-11 and CDC 7600. Next came your fourth generation computers, which used LSI and VLSI. It means it has thousands and lakhs of transistors in a single chip. Your microprocessor is an example of that. And instead of magnetic memories, you had semiconductor memories. Okay, all your LAN, WAN technologies, everything is in your fourth generation. And MS-DOS, MS Windows, everything came in your fourth generation. Okay, MS-DOS is an OS. Your personal computer is a fourth generation computer. Okay, you had a graphical user interface here. An example was Intel, IBM and Apple. Okay, they invented these fourth generation computers. Next came your fifth generation computers, where we use the concept of VLSI, where we'll have millions of transistors in a single chip. Okay, and the concept of CD came in this fifth generation computer. An example for this is Intel Pentium microprocessor. Here we'll discuss about the classification of computers. Computers are divided into four types: microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computers and supercomputers. First we'll see your microcomputers. If it has a microprocessor in its CPU, it is called as microcomputers. So it had an input, a storage, your output, your process and your control. Okay, control for your sequence of operations. So all this was inside your microprocessors. Next is your mini computers. Mini computers were medium sized, but multiple users were able to use it simultaneously. Okay, it had a multi-terminal time sharing system. So mainly for research purpose and business people, they use this mini computers, and it was expensive than your microcomputers. Next came your mainframe computers, which are used for national level organization like your banks, hospitals, railways, etc. So this mainframe computer, which occupies an entire room, will be in a central terminal. Okay, in a central location, and it will be connected to various user terminals. These are very larger and very expensive. Next is our supercomputers. They are the most powerful, fastest and expensive. They performs very complex scientific applications, and they have very high level of processing. Example for your weather forecasting, your nuclear fusion research, your airplane simulation. Okay, so worldwide processing these supercomputers will do. It has multiprocessing and parallel processing technology. Okay, multiprocessor, the entire big processing is divided into small units, and it will get processed. That is your multiprocessor. Next is multiple programming. Multiple users can access this simultaneously. Okay, so it uses multiprocessing and parallel processing technology. And the companies which manufactures these supercomputers are IBM, Silicon Graphics, Fujitsu and Intel. Next we'll see your basic anatomy of computer system. Okay, a computer generally consists of hardware and software. So now we'll discuss about your hardware devices. In your hardware devices, you have your input device, output device and a processor. Inside the processor, you'll also have memory unit also. Okay, input device, it will accept the data from an input device. Okay, your system will accept the data from your input devices. Example, keyboard, mouse, etc. Processor is central processing unit. It performs the calculations and process informations. It also stores data. Next, your output devices are which will provide the output. For example, your monitor or printer, etc. And the memory, which will be present inside your processor, it will store your input and output. Next, we'll see your input devices. Your input devices are usually connected using cables. Main examples of your input devices are keyboard, mouse and scanner. So first, this is your basic keyboard. It will have function keys, your alphabets, your alphanumericals, your symbol keys, your arrow keys, and all the other keys. Everyone knows how to use a keyboard. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a keyboard. And by seeing this keyboard itself, here in this diagram you can see how the hardware is getting connected to the your other devices, your input, memory unit, output. Okay, within this how the connection is made. Okay.